YouTube now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is DeJur. I am a yoga therapist here in Los Angeles. Would like to take a moment to just acknowledge the land the land that I am on and who it belonged to before it was stolen by colonizers. This part of California or Los Angeles was and is the Tongva and Gabrielino nations on the indigenous peoples map. This land belonged to them and they belonged to the land. As I mentioned, the land was stolen from them by colonizers and renamed Los Angeles. I want to just thank them for taking care of this most beautiful part of the world. And I just want to have just a remembrance of the ones that have been forgotten. We will be doing chair yoga. My chair is back there, so grab a chair. And I wanted to have my usual reminders. If you have any injuries, please be mindful of your body. If I ask you to raise your right arm and you know that hurts, maybe raise it halfway or not so vigorously, just take care. And we shouldn't have any pain in any movement practice or exercise practice. So that's your body's way of telling you that what you're doing is too much right now. You may feel discomfort. That is absolutely normal. Discomfort and pain are two totally different things. So please just listen and observe and pay attention to the different sensations that are moving around your body. If you need to take a break, please feel free to take a break whenever you'd like. We'll be taking short breaks throughout our time together. That was one long sentence. So hang on, let me grab some water. So sit in a way, I'm gonna be sitting on this little stool right in front of the camera. But I want you to sit in your chair in a comfortable way, whatever that is, but I'll name a couple suggestions. Feet flat on the floor. So the feet are flat and making contact with the floor. Your hands can rest either right hand over heart, left hand over belly, both hands on your knees or thighs. You can't really see because I'm sitting kind of low. You can sit here. You can place both your hands over your belly button. This is a nice way to self-soothe if you're feeling anxious or activated or whatever it could be. Sometimes music does that to us and it can feel really nice to have a good memory, and other times songs bring some sort of discomfort to it within the memory. So hanging on to your belly is a nice way to self-soothe. So wherever you like to place your hands, just place your hands gently on your body. And then I want to start with the grounding. So we're going to notice whatever part of you you're touching. So my hands are on my, near my knee. And I'm paying attention to how the fabric feels underneath my hands. So these pants are thin-ish cotton. So I'm noticing the fabric feels thin. The fabric feels smooth. So see what you notice. You may have on shorts and you might have your hands placed directly on your skin, and just notice the connection between it with your sense of touch, between the palms of your hands and whatever surface your hands are touching. We'll move around now to our sense of sound or hearing. So listening for any sounds inside your place, the room that you're in, the house, the apartment, whatever space you're. Shallon's in an office, so listening to sounds in your space. We'll move our attention to sounds outside. For some reason today, my street has been extremely busy with cars. This used to be a Waze shortcut before the pandemic, and that all died off, and we were most happy over here. But today I noticed cars lined down my block, and I'm on a residential block. So that has thinned out, but there are still cars, flying past my window. And so I hear their sound. I also hear birds out there. So listening for sounds outside your space, and I always every week give a little gratitude that the gardener across the street has not come yet. Thank you. But listening for sounds outside your space. It could be voices, it could be children, it could be, as I mentioned, the gardener, the lawnmower, the tools that gardeners use, or repairmen. Sometimes the people next door were doing some repair, so the tile man was cutting tile for days on end. So see what you hear outside your space. We move to our sense of sight. We're looking around our room as if it is our first time in there. Just looking at colors, textures. Things of the room. Books, plants, candles, pillows. I have a lot of cat things in here, so there's toys here and there to keep them from messing up my furniture. We now move to our sense of smell. What do you smell in your space? So I smell laundry detergent. I'm doing a load of laundry back there, so I can smell that, the smell of the detergent that I use. You may smell coffee, you may smell breakfast. You may smell, I don't know, see what you smell. Incense, if you're doing incense, or diffusing oils. We move now to sense of taste. You may have had breakfast or a snack or coffee or juice, toothpaste and water. Not that water has a taste, but toothpaste, water, whatever, throat lozenger, whatever, see what you taste. And we move now to our sense of breathing. So we're breathing through our nose throughout our time together, and I want to explain why. And Barbara, my regulars have heard this over and over and over again, but I am here to teach. And some of this stuff people have no idea. The breathing, the nasal breathing, the exhale helps our nervous system stay neutral. So in times of stress and anxiety, the things I mentioned earlier, we can help to regulate our nervous system by just having focused breathing through the nose. The exhale helps us to resettle the nervous system. It's not the same effect breathing through your mouth. The nose has the hairs that catch the dust. The nasal passage keeps the breath moist and warm as it makes its way down to your lungs. When you breathe through, and also the brain regulates how much of a breath is, what side of your nose, nostrils, is the air coming through. And this switches back and forth and we don't even know what's happening. When we breathe through our mouth, the inhale immediately feels cold. That means that breath is already cooled off, which is good if you're overheated. Mouth breathing is great. It has its purposes, but generally nasal breath is the best for regular living. It dries out, it gets cold. By the time it hits your lungs, the lungs have to work to warm it up again and rehydrate that breath. So it's not the most useful way to breathe unless you're stuffy or allergy. It's best to breathe through your nose. So that's the benefit of nasal breath. So through our class, if I ask you to inhale, it's always, or exhale, it's always through the nose. I'm gonna move back into my chair. And that's a grounding, Barbara. What that is, it helps us bring ourselves into the space we're in and to get ready to leave things that are waiting for us. When we get done, leave those things outside our space and bring our attention into our space. I mentioned millions of times that when I go see the tax guy, I get, not because of him, but just the whole process, stressed a little bit because I know I'm going to owe money. And so I'll use that breathing practice we're going to do, and the looking around and all of that stuff. I use that when I'm in his waiting room before my turn. Okay, so moving to our breath. We're going to sit up straight. I want you to sit up away from the chair. We'll do a few breaths together just to get the hang of things. The shoulders and the hips are in a vertical line, so sitting up really straight. The shoulders are relaxed and neutral. They're down. They're not up. The muscles are relaxed on the tops of your shoulders and the side of your neck. And we're sitting away from the back of the chair. So just take some breaths here. And I want you to really fill your lungs. When your lungs are totally full, the belly will pop outward because the diaphragm pushes down to make room for the full lungs. That pushing down pushes some of those organs out to make space for the air. Okay, the air is not in your belly, it's up in the lungs, but the body readjusts to accommodate the big breaths. So we're filling up the breath with each inhale, and then we're letting all the air out. Exhale here. We'll do 4 more. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale here. This is number 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Exhale. So you might immediately feel some changes just from putting a little more oxygen in your body than what was there before when we first started. Sometimes this feels like a little lightheaded, but not in a detrimental way, like not where you feel faint or anything. You just feel a little more aware of things. The things might look a little brighter. They're not bright. It's just your brain has more oxygen in it at this moment. Drop your chin down to your chest and hold here. Shoulders again are low. Spine is long. And the shoulders and the hips are in a vertical line. So sitting up tall, chin towards your chest. And take some breaths here. So you can keep your eyes wide open throughout the class, which is a comfort for many. You can close them halfway, which cuts out half of the stimuli that's out in front of you. Things in your room, the light that's in the room or coming through the windows. You can also close your eyes, which for some is uncomfortable. And you may not, you don't have to do that if you don't want, but let's obviously shut out all dark. Okay, so just fix your eyes the way you like and chin to chest and just hold here. This is a relaxed stretch for the back of the neck, really passive stretch for the back of the neck and the tops of the shoulders. So we're just going to be here for a few more breaths, moving the breath through the nose in a even paced breathing. The breaths are smooth, they're not jerky. It's like an ocean, the ocean waves out and in or in and out. So smooth, controlled breathing. Then lift your head and circling the right shoulder. So go either direction. We're gonna go both ways. Again, you really want to move the joint and all the muscles that lead up to the shoulder from the front and the back. Okay. So thinking of some of these moves to incorporate throughout your daily living to keep not just the 1 hour a week or whenever you think about stretching, but to make it a practice, which means a regular part of your being. Let's go the other way. Once a week is good, but it's not gonna last very long. 1 hour a week is not really enough. A lot of exercise and movement programs suggest 3 times a week is a good starting point. You can always access yoga on YouTube. They have thousands and thousands. You have to kind of go through them and find a teacher that resonates with you. Bring the right shoulder to stillness. We'll circle the left. When I was at my best before pandemic, I was teaching about 7 classes a week, but I was trying to attend classes for myself and not just be the talker, but the listener. And I felt really great at 5 classes a week. I felt very flexible. My mobility was great. My balance was good. It's tapered off since the pandemic because of just all those stay-at-home orders. Circling the other way, and I feel it. I can tell that I'm more sluggish and all that. Some of those contracts dried up, and so I have not been invited back. Whatever. They may have closed down those places. I don't even know. I just didn't hear back from them, and I didn't reach out because we are, Omicron is here, and now the monkeypox is here, and it's just in and out. I just decided I would wait until 2023 before I start knocking on doors. Here we go with both shoulders up, breathe in, shoulders, exhale, lower. And we're really moving the shoulders up as high as you can get them so we get a stretch on the muscles on the high part of the back Exhale, then exhale down. We'll do a few more. Breathe in, lift shoulders. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more set. Inhale, up. Actually, hold here. So breathing in, bringing the shoulders up high and hold them up high. Keep breathing. Going to be here for a few breaths, tensing the muscles upward, up near your ears with the shoulders. Moving the breath, checking your jaw. The jaw should be relaxed and neutral. We're not clenching, we're not grimacing. Facial muscles are natural and soft. And then lower the shoulders and see what you notice around your shoulders, especially on the very high part of the back, right before the back and the neck comes together. See if you notice any kind of sensation there. We'll circle both shoulders in the same direction. It doesn't matter which way you go. We'll be going both ways. So circles as big as you can make them. When your shoulders come back, you're stretching the muscles across the front, the chest. When your shoulders come forward, that same stretch is happening on the upper part of your back. So make it count, big circles, and moving the breath. Let's go the opposite way. Big breaths in and out. Sitting up as tall as you can. And then come back to stillness, circling the head slowly. You may have some sounds coming out of your neck. Those sounds are normal if you have them. If you don't have them, that's normal too. If we have them, which I do have them, it's hydrogen gas bubbles letting go. So slow circles. You can circle eyes open, closed, or halfway closed, your pick. Just let the neck, let the head move in a nice circular way. So these I do in the car at the red light, or if I'm waiting in, parked somewhere, waiting for something to happen. I do some car yoga. That's what I call it, instead of just sitting there, whatever, looking at my phone. And let's go the opposite way with the circle. So again, this is, a way that I keep doing yoga all day long, is to do things throughout my day that if I'm waiting in a line, like supermarket line, I do the shoulder circles while I'm waiting. Come back to center, drop right ear, right shoulder, hold here. See if you notice a pulling on the left side of the neck. So we're going to be here for a few breaths. We allow the muscles to struggle a little, then they release. So we're waiting for that release. Right shoulder near right ear. Hold here to some breaths. Welcome to class. Smooth breath. Even though our head is bent to the right, our spine is still straight, it's still long. And then turn your head so that your nose is pointing toward the floor on your right side and hold there. Big breaths in and out. So we're looking downward, or our face is directed downward, gazing downward. And inhale, lift to center. Exhaling, left ear, left shoulder. We're going to hold here. Get long spine. Your facial muscles are relaxed and neutral. Jaw is soft. No, we're not bracing anywhere in our bodies. We're not holding any tension. Everything is just neutral, relaxed, soft, soft. So if you know anything on the right, you notice on the top of the right shoulder, see if you feel a little giving happening there as we hold our left ear to the left. And turn your nose downward toward the left, gazing downward toward the floor. Hold and breathe. And then head to center, inhale. Turn your head to the right, hold there. Chin is near the right shoulder. Hold there. We're going to take fingers from the left hand and touch the left side of your jaw. Gently, gentle pressure toward the right. We're not forcing here. We're just adding a little bit of pressure to deepen the twist of the head or the turn of the head or the turn of the neck. Hold here, breathe. Release that, head to center. We're going to turn our head to the chin to the left. Fingers from the right hand touching the right jawline. Apply soft pressure or gentle pressure, look to the left. Sitting up tall. Breath is soft. And then come back to center. Bring your hands behind your head. Interlace your hands behind your head. I want you to sit up a little taller than you were before. And the elbows are wide. Okay, the elbows are wide. Chest is lifted a little bit. Actually, I want you to arch your back. Lift your chest more. And so I'll turn sideways. So we're doing a back bend here. So this is a back bend, but also it's a little stretch for the front, the superficial part of your torso. That's the front side of you. Hold here. You can use your hands as a little cradle or hammock for your head. Chest is lifted high, back is arched. Hold here, take some breaths. Elbows are wide. And then we're gonna take a breath in here. We're gonna exhale, inhale here. Bring your elbows together. Start your exhale and bring your elbows towards your knees. Okay, we're gonna hold here. You can either touch your knees with your elbows or you can hover the elbows above the knees. Arms. To stretch the back of the neck and the upper part of the spine. So the cervical spine is the neck. The thoracic spine is the mid-back. Okay, so we're just allowing the weight of our arms to stretch us out a little bit back there. Continue your focused breathing through your nose. Welcome to whoever just came. See if you notice a stretch sensation or a lengthening of your neck in this shape. We're going to inhale, go back to our first position. Elbows wide, lift your chest. We're going to move in real time now. Exhale, curl forward. Elbows together and down. Inhale, elbows wide, sit up tall, then arch your back. Exhale, elbows together, then down. Inhale, lift, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows together and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. We'll do 4 more sets. Breathe in, lift. This is number 4. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. 2 more. Breathe in, lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. This is the last one. Exhale, curl. And inhale, lift. Release the arms and let them swan dive down. And see how you feel. Sit back in your chair. You want to take a sip of whatever, water or whatever you may, or just take a few breaths resting. You may lean your back onto the back of your chair. Just take some breaths and do a little body scan of how you feel right now. See how things feel. I wanted to say hi to Amy. Thanks for coming. I can't read the names, it's obviously it's so small and I have on glasses, but welcome to class. I think it's your first time. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. So thank you for prayer hands. Place your hands together in front of your heart. We're gonna do some twists. So we'll start with an inhale and then the left elbow over to the right. So breathe in here. And then exhale, twisting toward the right. So you have some options. You may touch your left elbow to your right knee, if that's comfortable for you, or you may hover the left elbow above the right knee. I want you to decide what works best for you. Lift the right elbow, okay? So it's prayer hands twisted to the side, basically. And then I want you to look toward the toward the right elbow, lifting the right elbow, looking at the right elbow. And really try to turn your torso to the right to put your spine in a spiral shape. This is a seated forward bend spinal twist. Lots of names in that long name. So we're seated, we are bending forward, we are twisting. So seated forward bend spinal twist. Looking at the right elbow, hold here. I want you to look down between your feet and continue to move your breath while we're here. Look up toward the right elbow. Look down between your feet. Look up to the right. Both arms pressing firmly together. This engages the muscles in the arms. Right elbow is lifted. Happening around your left shoulder. It's getting a nice opening. Inhale, lift the left elbow. So you're either touching right elbow, left knee, or hovering above, and you get to pick, okay? You get situated, lift the left elbow up and look at it and hold here. Turning your torso toward the left, you can use, if your right knee is, your right elbow's on your left knee, you can use it to twist you a little bit more. So seated forward bend, spinal twist. So I want to talk about what's happening. You're getting a nice stretch on your low spine because you're bending forward. The spinal twists are good for re-lengthening the spine. The spine compresses during the day. It's still early, so we're not compressed yet, but gravity pulls us down, keeps us tethered to the earth, and that sometimes compresses the spine just a bit. These twists in yoga help to release that or to bring this natural length. We will not be any taller. So look at your left elbow. Looking downward. Looking at your left elbow. Downward and hold the gaze toward the floor. Hold and breathe. Smooth out your breathing. If you notice an opening in the right shoulder blade, if you don't notice it or feel it, fine. It's not insinuating that you should be feeling X, Y, Z. It's just that's one of the target areas of this pose. And come back to center. We're going to go in real time now. Exhale, twist to your right, left elbow toward the right knee. Inhale to center, twist to the left, right elbow, left knee. Inhale to the middle. Twist to the right, exhale. Inhale to center. Twist to the left, exhale. We'll do one more set, one on each side. Breathe in to center. Exhale to your right. Breathe into center. Exhale to your left. And come back to center. And you may lower your hands on top of your knees or thighs. Sit back in your chair and take a couple breaths. Body scan, so that's just seeing if you notice any changes in your being, your energy, or you were feeling lethargic before. You feel a little more energized. from all the oxygen we're stirring up. If you were feeling, I don't know, hyper, might not be the right word. If you're feeling a little more relaxed since we started, just seeing what's different than when we started. If nothing different, that is fine also, okay? Hands in front of your heart. We're gonna sweep out, breathe in. Sit up really tall, away from the back of your chair. Palms come overhead and touch, arms overhead and touch. That's the inhale. Exhale, swan dive, arms down. Inhale, lift arms overhead. Arms are really straight. You're sitting up tall. Exhale, arms down. We'll do 5 more. Breathe in, arms up. Exhale, arms down. That was number 5. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, this is 3. Exhale, down. Inhale, number 2. Exhale, down. Inhale, number 1. Now hold here. This time I want you to swan dive, forward bend. Exhale, arms on the outside of the legs. Inhale, sit up tall, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. We'll do 5 more. Here comes number 5. Breathe in, sit up tall. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Here's number 3. Breathe in. Come up. Exhale, forward. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. I want you to hold here. So lean forward. Let the arms hang, or if you want to support forearms on the top of your, right above your knees, you can do that for support. Okay, if you let the arms hang, it's a deeper forward bend. You get a deeper stretch in your low spine, okay? So this is just this is called a seated forward fold or seated forward bend. Look down between your feet so your neck stays long. And it's harder to breathe because we're pressing down on our, obviously on our part of us where our lungs are housed. So do the best you can. Just hang out here. We're allowing the low spine to get a little stretch and lengthening. And then place your hands on your knees. I'm going to turn sideways. Going to inhale to a cobra. So the elbows stay bent. The hands are right above your knees. And we're arching the back. Chest is lifted. So this is cobra, or kind of a cow shape when we do cat-cow, which we're going to do. Hold here. Breathe through your nose. Chest is high. Lift your chest. The arms are near the side body. So instead of letting the elbows kind of hang away from you, pull them in. That opens up the muscles across the chest, okay? Okay, so we're gonna move into cat-cow. We'll say that was the cow, even though it's really cobra, but similar shape. Gonna push the spine back toward the back of your chair. Exhale, chin to chest. And we're gonna hold here. So the spine is curved backward toward the back of your chair. Hands are on right above your knees. Shoulders are curved forward a little bit. This is cat shape. Okay, hold here and take some breaths. Inhale to cow. So the chest comes up, the back is arched. Hold here, take a couple breaths. And then curl into cat, exhale, chin to chest, and hold there, take a few breaths. We're gonna go in real time. Inhale, lift. This is cow, exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. This puts a lot of movement in the each inhale, lift in the bones of the spine, the vertebrae. So this helps with mobility. Exhale, curl. I do these in the car too, at the red light or when I'm sitting in the car parked. Exhale, curl. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. Do one more set. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. And then come up to neutral and sit back in your chair. Take some breath, some water. It's supposed to be 90 something in LA, so remember to hydrate. I bought some electrolyte, something powdered, something, little things you put in the water. I don't even know what, but my friend at work shared one of hers, and so she said it helps her feel better. So I bought a little box from Walmart, so I'm gonna try those today. I'll try one today. We'll move to working on the hips a little bit. Right ankle to left knee. Looks like a number 4. See how your hip joint feels on the right side. So I was on an airplane all day, literally yesterday. From 7 a.m. I walked off at 7:45 p.m. So it's tight. I'm always tight when I get off that job. Anyway, right palm touching inside of right knee, pressing gently downward to open up that hip a little more. Welcome, new person, whoever that is. I can't read the names, it's too small, but welcome. So we're pressing down, we're sitting up away from the back of the chair. We're sitting tall, so long spine, long neck, and as I mentioned 3 times already, the shoulders and the hips are in a vertical line. So pushing down gently, no forcing, just a gentle pressure. We're going to do a twist here. So take left hand to right knee and turn your torso. So this positioning of our right leg is creating a little opening in the hip joint. The hips get tight, stay tight. It's like it's their job to be tight. So we have to outsmart them and do things to keep the hips loose. If they remain tight for long, we start to walk funny. Our hip openers in yoga, there's a whole series of yoga hip openers, and we do them seated. We do them seated on the floor. We do them on our back. We can do them standing. The gardener's here, y'all. So sorry. I'm over there, gardener. Okay, anyway, twisting to the right. Take a couple more breaths. Let's move the head left and right a few times. We're still pressing down. Now I'm pressing down with my left hand on the inside of my right knee just to get a little more opening there. You come back to center. Lower the right foot on the floor. We'll change left ankle, right knee. And I always compare the sensation. So the left hip feels just as tight as the right. You may not have any tight feeling of tight. But tracking versus and back to the heel. Pressing in on the inside of the jam. That joint to kind of open up a little bit and ligaments and tendons that are in that area. And then we're twisting to the right. Right hand, left knee. Turn to the left. If you want to add pressure now with the right hand on the inside of the left knee, continue the opening sensation or opening action. You may do that. Turn, twist, 3. Let's move the head back side to side. Slowly. and then come back to center. Now we're gonna exhale and lean forward. So you have a couple of choices. You can use your forearm inside of the left leg, a deeper stretch for the low back, and also a little more intensity on the left hip opening. So your choice. Try them both. See which one feels nicer or better or more therapeutic, or you notice it more comfortable. Looking for comfort also, not just down. Inhale, exhale down, up, exhale down. Inhale, lift. This is number 3. Long spine, long neck. Exhale, forward. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Reach up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Place your hands on the inside of your left leg. Push yourself upright. Lower the left foot. We'll bring the right ankle back to the right knee. Just exhale forward. Again, forearms on the inside of the right leg if you want support here, or you can let the arms dangle down. Whichever you decide, look down at the left foot. If you want a little cheat here, you can use the right elbow to push down on the right knee. That opens up the right hip a little more. Try that. Breathe through your nose. Couple more breaths like this. And then 5. Inhale, lift, reach up, sit up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Here's number 3, lift, reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, breathe in. Exhale, hold forward. And then hands on the inside of the right leg. Inhale, push yourself upright. Right foot down on the floor. I want you to shake out arms and legs. See how things are feeling around your body. Okay, sit forward in your chair. Make sure you feel stable. I want you to slide near the front edge of the chair. But I want, this chair I have weighs 1,000 pounds, really heavy. So it's not going to tip. But I want you to feel stable in your chair too, and that it's not going to slide around on the floor, okay? We're going to do some hip circles. So right big toe is going to circle around. Come back to the front. So out to the side, back and forward. Do a few of those. We're still sitting up with a long spine. And we're circling. So this again is for hip mobility. Can't do these in the car, but do them anywhere else. Seated somewhere. And then let's reverse the direction of the circle. So when the leg goes out to the side, you're getting a little stretch on the inside of a hamstring. There's hamstrings on the inside of the thigh. So that's a nice little bonus that's happening. Sitting up straight, checking on your breath, checking that your jaw is relaxed. We don't want to clench. That brings stress and tension to all those muscles. Sometimes can create a headache. So keeping the jaw relaxed all the time, not just now. Settle the right foot on the floor. We're going to move to circling the left big toe around. So any direction to start, we'll go both ways. You might notice one hip feels more fluid than the other. They might feel the same. See what you see. Sit up tall, breathe through your nose. Relax your facial muscles, everything is soft. And then reverse the circle. Breathing. And then come back to center. Bring your hands in front of your heart and stay at the forward edge of your chair. We're going to be going forward, so I want you to, again, double check that your chair is stable and it won't tip forward, okay? If you think it'll tip, sit all the way back in the chair. We're going to reach up and then hug behind the thighs. Inhale up, so that's our move. Palms up and prayer hands, please. Sweep out and up. Lift the spine up, that's the inhale, and then exhale, feet are flat and parallel, hug behind your thighs. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Breathe in, come up, exhale, forward bend, hug. Inhale, come up, exhale, forward bend. We'll do 5 more sets. This is number 5. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. This is 3. Exhale, forward. Inhale. Exhale. This will be the last one. Breathe in, lift. Gonna hold, hugging the back of the legs. Exhale, forward, hang on and stay there. Look, the neck is long, look between your feet and hold the back of your thighs. Okay, hang on. Take some breaths. Then hands on the tops of your knees. Inhale, upright. Sit back in your chair, take a couple breaths. Do a body scan, sip of water. We're gonna do some circles with the torso, okay? So hands on your knees or thighs. Just gonna circle the body, the upper body rather. And it doesn't matter which way you start, we're going both ways. So while we're doing this, I want you to notice the contact point of the backs of your thighs and butt. As you lift one side and compress one side, compress the other side and lift the opposite side. So that's only a practice of staying aware of what we're doing, keeping our attention focused versus just doing these circles and thinking about your grocery list, okay? So noticing the contact points of the feet touching the floor, your hands on your knees or thighs, the backs of the thighs lifting and compressing as we go from side to side. Even though the torso is doing all the moving, this is another practice to keep the hips not flexible, but mobile and fluid. The thigh bones are moving around the hip sockets. Okay, that's what's happening here. Let's go the opposite way. When you come forward, exhale. When you come upright, breathe in. So now we're going to link the breath and the movement. Inhaling when you come up, exhaling when you go forward. So think about it when the lungs are available to be filled. It's when you're sitting upright. When you let out that breath, it's because you're leaning forward. So there's less space for the lungs to be filled up. So that's how you kind of think about breathe in, breathe out. It's the opening or the contracting. Couple more. And then come back to center. Bring your hands in front of your heart. This is the fastest class ever. Take a breath in here. Interlace your hands, push your hands away. That's an exhale. So the arms are shoulder length. They're not dangling down. They are, activated and straight out, palms toward me. That's the exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up, palms up toward the ceiling. Sit up really tall. Exhale into cactus arms. So the bottom of the upper part of the arm is parallel with the floor. So we're not down here. We're putting some effort and energy into this shape. This shape is called cactus arms or a gold post, like the football thing down there on the field out there. So this is the arm, the position of cactus arms, or I call it cactus arms, but some teachers call it gold post. Exhale, palms to your heart. Take a breath in here. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to let the arms float down. This is an exhale, arms behind you, okay? And then inhale, hands, we're going to alternate. Inhale, hands back to prayer hands. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, prayer. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, prayer hands. We'll do 2 more sets. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, prayer. This is the last one. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale to prayer hands. Release your hands down on your knees or thighs and just sit back in your chair and take some breaths. See how you feel. So we're going to move into final rest, and you have a couple options. You can stay just as you are in your chair, or you can move onto the floor or a sofa or a bed, whatever is close. But you can also stay seated, okay? I want you to choose what is best for you. I'm going to come forward again. So get comfortable. So final relaxation is also called Shavasana, which means final relaxation. Or it also means corpse pose, which you can see, who is that? Evelyn is laying on the floor. She is in what's called corpse pose. Okay. Hey, Evelyn. So, but for us that are seated, we're just doing a seated Shavasana, a seated final rest. Okay. So check in with your breathing. Smooth it out. Allow your body to settle, whichever way you are right now, in a chair, on the floor. Allow your body to settle. Direct your attention down towards your feet. Direct your attention towards your hands. Attention towards your legs. Attention towards your arms. Attention to your spine. Attention to your heart. Attention to your breath. Wiggle your toes and fingers and turn your head from side to side. Next breath in, take a big inhale, stretch up. If you're on your back, exhale, knees to chest and turn to one side and push up to seated when you're ready. If you're seated in a chair, you can bring your arms down. So I want to thank you all for coming. Evelyn is the physician's assistant at UMA Community Clinic. She is the person that made it possible for me to be here. Evelyn, meet Barbara Kimball from a church that we used to go to. Barbara, this is Evelyn. And then Amy, I don't know where I met you or if I met you, but welcome to class. This is Evelyn and Amy. I love that. Thank you. If you all would like to, oh, you know Amy. Okay, good. So Barbara, if you send me your email address via Messenger on Facebook, where you, or even on the post, the chat, we lose it because we turn off.
Oh, remember? Yeah. If you send it now, I can write it down.
Evelyn, Evelyn. Barbara,
not,
can you?
If not,
it's so simple, you can probably remember it. Barbara Kimball.
Okay.
At earthlink.net.
I got
it.
June, thank you for coming. And I will see you all next Wednesday. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, DeJur.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The thing that I have noticed most in this hour is the breathing through my nose. I'm not coughing like I do when I breathe through my mouth.
Good, good. Yeah, the hairs keep a lot of those irritants out. I mean, they're still there, but a lot of them get trapped in our nasal hair. So good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for sharing that. Perfect. We're not trained how to breathe as humans. No one, I mean, I didn't know anything about that until I got into my yoga as a yoga student. Before I even became an instructor, they would always say, breathe through your nose, breathe through your nose. And then finally, when I went into more yoga therapy, that's when we were taught about the respiratory system and how, the nasal breath can help, and the nervous system too. So I'm glad to hear that. And that's a testimony as well, to just, another way of someone saying, yeah, I did feel the difference. So thank you for sharing that with us. Shallon, our hostess with the mostest, I'd rather call you host with the most, our digital director. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all next week, and have a good week. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.